Consider a situation when we are unable to perform our daily activities smoothly. Then we decide to visit a hospital as we are unsure of the symptoms exhibited by our body. So, after a long waiting, we finally meet the doctor and we speak about our symptoms to the doctor. Doctor do the checkup and he suggests some test, and on the basis of the report of the test he consider a medical condition. Now, this medical condition, due to which we feel uncomfortable, we are not feeling well, this medical condition has been termed as disease. So, disease is a condition in which the normal functioning of the body is stopped. We are unable to do our daily activities with such comfort as we are doing it every day. So, we can say that what is the definition of disease? Disease is a departure from normal health through structural or functional disorder of the body. That means we are unable to perform our daily activities, our normal health is disturbed due to either some illness in the body, or that can be physical, that means it is related with the body, or it can be mental, that means people can also be mentally ill, that can also lead to disease. So this is our first chapter, this is our 16th chapter, diseases, its cause and control. Through this entire chapter we will be studying about what is disease, how many types of diseases are there, and specifically we are going to study on some diseases. Consider diseases can be categorized on several ways. Now, what are these? These are given in the slide. So, one by one, we are going to deal with this. Number one, extent of occurrence. That means how fast or how rapidly a disease has spread, up to which extent, and how many people has it affected. So, on the basis of that, it can be either endemic, epidemic, pandemic, or sporadic. So, in the next slide, we will be dealing with these terms. The second category is communicability. That means whether the disease is infectious or non infectious. Infectious means either it can be caused due to some germs, or non infectious, that means poor condition of the body itself, like any organ is not functioning properly, there is deficiency of any vitamin in your body or anything else, any deficiency of any nutrient in your body has led to the such disease condition. It is not due to the entry of any external agent but due to the body itself. The third category is the kinds of germs. Diseases can also be categorized on the basis of kinds of germs. Like pathogens mean germs. Germs can be of varied kinds. Like pathogen you can say as agents which are leading to disease condition. Like cold and cough. Cold and cough may mainly caused due to the cold virus or bacteria. So we can regard this cold virus or bacteria as a pathogen. So it can be either bacteria, virus, protozoan, or any other thing. The fourth category is diseases can also be categorized on the basis of how or from where it has transmitted or it has spread. Like by drinking dirty water, you get cholera. So we can say that cholera is a waterborne disease, or by eating dirty food, infected food, you have caused it. So we can say that food poisoning is because of the foodborne disease, or it can be airborne. So on the basis of how it is transmitted, it can be categorized. The first category was the category of diseases based on the extent of occurrence. Extent of occurrence means how far it has spread or how many people has it affected. So the first is endemic diseases. So diseases which are found in only particular place and have affected only fewer number of people, then we say that as endemic disease. Small area and affected only less number of people. So endemic disease. Like for example, the yellow fever in certain African country. Yellow fever is a condition, it is a type of viral infection which has occurred in only African parts and it has not spread anywhere else. Or a goiter in sub-Himalayan region. Goiter, as you know, deficiency of iodine leads to goiter, a bulge in the neck region. So this was also in certain parts of Himalaya and not spread to so far. So this type of condition leads to endemic diseases. The second is epidemic disease, like the disease which spread out in which break out in one place and it spread and start affecting a large number of people at the same time. Like suppose it has a breakout in Ranchi, so it is going to spread to Jamshedpur and all the other places like Bokaro, Dhanbad, and it will be start spreading out and affecting large number of people at the same time. Like, for example, in your book, it is given the plague in India in 1994 from Surat to many other places. Plague is a condition which has caused due to the spread of a bacterial infection. This bacteria was Yersinia pestis. The name of the bacteria was Yersinia pestis. This bacteria was found in rats. So when rat used to eat the eating materials of human beings, then and the human beings when consume those eateries eaten by the rat by mistake or due to any kind of infection, then that bacteria get inside into the body of the human being and it has affected them leading to plague. And it was a very rapidly it was spreading out at that time in 1994. It has affected a lot many people and many people were dead that time in Gujarat. The next is the pandemic disease. That means any disease which has very fast spread to large areas. That means entire world is affected. It is worldwide. Entire world is affected at same time. For example, AIDS, or you can call it HIV, human immunodeficiency virus. The full form of AIDS is autoimmune deficiency syndrome. Number 4 is sporadic diseases. When there are scattered individual cases of diseases, that means this disease is there but it has spread and it has not exactly spread but it has affected only one person in one area like this. It has not affected large number of people. It has been spread around. Like in Ranchi, one person is affected of malaria. In Jamshedpur, one person is affected of malaria. Or in Ranchi itself, in Lalpur, one person is affected. In Duranda, one person is affected. In Durwa, one person is affected. In Morabadi, one person is affected. This how. And examples can be malaria. Malaria is caused due to biting of an infected mosquito, or cholera. Cholera is a waterborne disease. The This slide shows two pictures. One is the picture of a virus. This is a yellow fever virus. Yellow fever is a endemic disease and this disease is a viral infection. So this is the picture of that virus which causes yellow fever. The next picture of you can see is a patient who is suffering from plague. Now, as you know, the entire world is suffering from COVID-19 or coronavirus. So, you have to tell me in the next class that in which category, like whether pandemic, epidemic, endemic, or sporadic, in which category do we keep coronavirus? Now, this slide shows the second category, that is categorization of the diseases are based on communicability. So it can be of two types. The first one is non-communicable or non-infectious. That means this disease does not have any germs of any kind and it cannot be spread from person to person by any such contact. So they are known as non-transmissible. That means not transmitted from one to another person. And what are the example? Diabetes. Diabetes is a condition when your body is unable to maintain the sugar level. Color blindness. Color blindness when the person is unable to recognize between colors, like he will see yellow, blue, red, all color as same, either blue only, that means blue, green color will also look to him as blue. Heart attack or beriberi. Beriberi is a condition in which your body has a deficiency of vitamin B1, or the other name for vitamin B1 is thiamine. And the symptoms are the person become very weak, the muscles start regressing, and the person is getting short breath. Fatigue is a condition. Now the next category is communicable or infectious diseases. That means the germs. There is a presence of germs and the infected person has a capability of spreading the germs to the other person. So the disease causing germs are known as pathogens and it can spread from one to another person. It can be of varied kinds like cholera, smallpox, malaria, etc. This slide shows the picture of patients of beriberi. Beriberi is a condition which causes due to deficiency of vitamin B1, or we can call it thiamine, and in these conditions the persons become very weak as the fulfillment of vitamin B1 is unfulfilled, and the person start becoming weak with its muscles not functioning properly, its body weight is going down, he is unable to breathe properly. These are the varied conditions. So to avoid such condition, we need to take enough of vitamin B1 diet. So what are the different diet for vitamin B1 is also shown there, like meat and cereals. This So here are two keywords related with the diseases. The first one is pathogen. The meaning of pathogen has already been told to you. So pathogens are the agents or the germs which are causing diseases. Second is incubation period. This period is the entry of the germs inside the body and the signs of the symptoms appearing in the body. That means whenever a germs enters the body, immediately you are not falling ill or you are not getting any kind of diseases. But when the germ has entered your body, it will start affecting your immune system. So it will take 3 to 4 days. Every disease has its own symptoms. Some takes 1 day, some take 1 week, some take 1 month. So it depends. So the period from entry of germs to appearing of symptoms is known as incubation period. So here are two keywords related with the